Hello there, this is Jess Wismar coming to you with a screencast tutorial about accessing and utilizing your Google Drive interface. Alright, so let's get started. The first thing to do is access Google via any Google page. We do have a specific logon page for the Bethel Public Schools, but you don't need to use that. You can actually access it from any Google page. What I'm going to do is just sign in. And there's my login ID and my password. I'll put that in. And now you'll see there I am logged in with my Bethel domain. Once I'm on that, I have two options. I can either use this black bar up in the corner and press drive, or I like to sometimes just put the URL into the box up there. So I'm going to put that in, drive.google.com. And there I go. I'm in my drive, so either way would bring me to that. Now, you can see I have some folders established here. The interface is pretty simple. There's not much to it. There's just a few buttons. Things to go over include the layout includes these folders. You can create a new folder by just adding one this way. Press that little button right there, and you can create a new folder. And that will add one in here. And then you can just click into the folder and see what you have available in there. And then if I want to, I can get back into my drive that way. That's the best way to kind of go through. Instead of using back and forward buttons, you should always kind of try to go through these sidebars over here. So in these menus, you'll see that I have some things established, some different types of files. You will notice, and I'll show you a little bit more in depth about that in a moment, that there are different icons for each type of file that is in here. There are icons that show movies, icons that show PDFs. Each one will indicate a different type of file. Also, there's an interesting view type you can choose. You can choose either seeing it in a list, like this, or in a grid, which is kind of similar to what we're used to on our Mac laptops. This looks a little bit more similar to that. Same principle, you double click on it and you can get into what's in that folder. Usually in Drive, I tend to be in the list. You also have sort options. You have even more options. One of my favorite options in here is called activity. You can click on activity and it will actually go through and show each thing that you've looked at most recently. You can see going back what I have looked at. And so if I said, oh gosh, I remember I worked on that thing yesterday, what was it called? I can go back into my activity and check and actually access the most recent copy of it via this link. And I could just click into it that way. All right. So something else you'll need to know, we talked a little bit about file types, but to go into that a little bit more in detail, I'm just going to show you an upload. So we're just going to be using, by the way, there is a desktop version of Google Drive, but today we're really going to be focusing on the web interface because you know that that's going to be accessible on any computer. I don't discourage using the one on your desktop. You can see even right here, I'm on my own personal computer and I haven't put a drive on here yet, but you can, and it actually becomes an icon on your desktop so you can drag files in and out that way. But right now I'm just going to focus on this upload download process over here. The capacity, by the way, of the teacher account as it stands right now is fairly large, 30 gigs. It's a pretty sizable amount. It'll take you a little while to get there. I wouldn't suggest storing all your videos if you happen to be a screencast person like me, but you can definitely store a lot of documents and things in here. And in addition, create a lot of things in here. Something else to note, whereas in Dropbox, which people always ask me like the difference between Dropbox and Google Drive, they're basically the same principle. The only big difference is that in Google Drive you can create unique documents, meaning you can actually use Google software to create documents. We will go into that in a separate tutorial. These particular documents right here are actually using Google software, things like Google Presentation, Google, right here you'll actually see them listed, Google Document, Google Spreadsheet, Google Form, and we're going to go into all of those. All right, so let me get back into my Drive. Here we go. So if I want to upload something, I can click right here. The Create button is here. Right next to it is a button that indicates Upload. You have the option, if you're transferring a lot of things at once, you can actually upload an entire folder into your Google Drive, or you can go file by file. That's up to you. Of course, it'll take a little bit longer if you choose to upload a whole folder. And it'll be different amounts of time based on the type of file you're uploading. I'm going to go ahead and upload things. I don't really know. This is my personal computer at home that I share, so who knows what's on it, so let's find out. Some things that I might want to upload. For example, here's my folder called Jess's Work Stuff. Very specific, definitely. So one of the things that I might want to upload on here is a syllabus that I had for my Digital Academy class. So I'm going to upload that. And you'll see right here, this W indicates that it is a Word document. Now you have options when you upload things to choose to convert it, okay? The settings are right here in this drop down within the upload box. Now this says convert uploaded files to Google Docs format, but the conversion is actually off on this by default. So I could choose, if I wanted to, that document that I just uploaded, I could choose to convert that straight into a Google Doc or into a PDF. But something I do want you to note is that when you upload something and convert it, you might lose a little bit of formatting in that. Not terribly, unless it's an Excel file. Sometimes that has a little bit more conversion issue. But me personally, I kind of keep them separate depending on what they are. If it's just a syllabus, I could very easily convert it and kind of tweak a little bit of the formatting and put it into a Google Doc format instead. But you'll see there is one upload already complete. It is there stored in my Google Drive. I can also show you another one just to show you a different type of file. Let me see if I go into my desktop. I have some videos right here. If I wanted to upload this Google Apps login, you'll see it would take a lot longer to upload that. But I don't have to stare at this and watch it the whole time. It's going to go on in the background, and I can open up other tabs in my internet browser if I'd like to. But you'll see right there, this is what a movie would look like. It's got this little indicator right there, a little icon. And each one has a different icon type, so you can kind of keep track of things visually as well. Now, yes, I did mention about the original document creation as well. I personally really like using the Google Docs interface in terms of creating unique documents, original documents. It is a good place just to store some things, but also to create and create really interactive documents as well. We're going to go a little bit more into detail about that in a separate screencast. And in addition, we did mention that desktop application, which of course you can download onto your own computer at home, or it actually is already on your school laptop, and you can use the desktop application if that's what you prefer. If you have any questions, please let me know. You can always email me. There's my email right there, wismarj@bethel.k12.ct.us. Ooh, there my movie just uploaded. I can turn that off right there. I can actually X out of that completely. And you'll see there's my movie that uploaded, and there's my document that we uploaded. Something to note is if I do click on them, oh goodness, okay, got it. You can see basically like a preview of what it's going to look like, unless you convert it. You can't actually play movies in here. See, sorry, you can't display it. You can only store your movies in here. We'll also talk a little bit about using YouTube as a place to store and display and share your movies within the Google system as well. I hope this tutorial has been helpful, and please, again, if you have any questions, feel free to email me.